At this point, when it comes to comedy,
Yeah.
is it a specific type of comedian you consider yourself at this point, or a specific type of comedy
Yeah.
you do?
My comedy like rated R. Like I see myself like Bernie Mac. Like when I go on stage, I always be like, okay, I might be the next Bernie Mac in my eyes.
Are you referred to as a comedian?
I mean, these days, I mean, it's getting closer. Like a lot of times, people refer to me as like an influencer, though. But I'm a comedian. That's what I want people to see me as. And as life go on, we want to transition from comedian as well.
What is your opinion of that phrase, comedian?
Comedian means somebody who can do stand-up comedy. Are you good at stand-up? Like a comedian is somebody that can make you laugh all the time, not just on the internet. Like, can you make me laugh in person as well?
Now, is it easy or hard to be a comedian?
Oh, it's definitely hard. We got the hardest job in the world.
The hardest job in the world.
Yeah.
There may be some people watching that may take offense to that.
You're right. I mean, when I say hardest job in the world, I'm talking about the entertainment business.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the hardest aspect of it, in your opinion?
Just coming out on stage and not knowing the people gonna laugh at what you bringing to the table. Like with rappers, a rapper could come out and they don't even gotta say their own words. If they know your song already, you don't have to say your words. Like comedians, we gotta make you laugh from the time we come on stage to the time we walk off stage.
Now, what makes a great comedian? What are some of those characteristics there?
I think somebody that can paint a picture from the beginning to the end. Like I think a true comedian is somebody who can take you to a place and show you a visual of where they're trying to take you, and you laugh at the place they're trying to take you to, if that makes sense.
Now, how long have you been in comedy for? Rough estimate.
Maybe 8 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, 8 years.
And for time reference, it's November 2021 now.
Yeah.
In your opinion, from what you've seen, what you've experienced, what's the biggest mistake comedians make?
What is the big? I think it might be speaking on touchy subjects. I think we speak on subjects that we don't know a lot about. Instead of like doing our research, we'll speak on it before we know what we're talking about. And cancel culture is real.
What's your opinion of cancel culture?
I mean, I don't know. I don't think they're not a real like community. You know what I mean? But they do exist. You know what I mean? I don't care about cancel culture. I still do mine. I mean, people are always trying to cancel me. They always trying to say Howard Davis ain't who he used to be and this, that, and the third, though. But I'm me. I've built a platform. I built a fan base that love me for me. So I don't care too much about them for real.
Is it cancel culture or just karma?
It might be cancel culture. I don't know if it's karma. Or it might be a little bit of both, though. I'm not sure. It might be a little bit of both. Maybe.
Now, has there been an attempt to cancel you for anything specific?
Not yet. I try to keep it clean. I try to keep like my personal life personal. And when I do, I'm like Kawhi Leonard of comedy. I do my thing and then I go home.
When it comes to material, do you feel like there's a set of boundaries at this point for you? Do you feel like, man, there's some things I want to say, but I can't say everything I want to because of how cancel culture is at this point?
Yeah.
And how the world is at this point, and as politically correct as it is in some areas of the world.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. The world is very shaky right now. It's a lot of things you can't talk about that you want to talk about, that you might talk about amongst you and your homeboys, but if you say it in public, you might have a cancel culture knocking at your door.
What do you do with that material? Is there do you save it? Are there topics that you think about, you want to do, but you don't know if it's the right time or place, so maybe you tuck it somewhere? Is there a list of these items or topics or jokes or material?
No, for us, a lot of times, like me and the homies would be at the house and we'd say some jokes like, oh no, that's one we can't say on stage. We gotta let that one go. We say it in the house, and then that'd be as far as it go. We don't even keep it nowhere. We don't keep it in no storage unit or nothing like that. We just let it ride. But in the house, we definitely take it to the next level.
Was there a point ever in your 8-year period where you didn't have to worry about stuff like that, where it was truly no boundaries for you, it was truly raw, uncut, uncensored? Was there ever that for you, or no, you didn't experience that?
Yeah. I mean, when I first started out, I mean, you could, like, when we first started out, when people don't really care about you, you can say what you want to say. But when you start getting the name, people start caring about you, and you got people in this community and that community, but they both collectively love you. Then it's certain things you can't say no more. Like, damn, we loved you. Why would you say that about us? Like, and you might say something about somebody and you don't even know that they feel this way, but they love you because they feel like they know you from what they seen you do, whether it was in person or on the internet. Yeah.
Now, those times when maybe you were lesser known or,
Yeah.
you know, there was, I mean, you were uncensored, do you think any of that stuff can come back to haunt you? Is that something that you think about, or?
No, you know what's crazy? When I see people getting canceled for things, or at least people attempting to cancel people for things that they did maybe in 2015, 2016, I don't remember what I was saying back then. And it is kind of scary because I don't even take time to go back and figure out what I was saying on Twitter at that time. And I know I probably said something that I wasn't supposed to say. You know what I mean?
Why don't you think people, and you're alluding to some stuff that's happened in the entertainment industry, like Kevin Hart for his old tweets and things like that. Why don't people that are well-known or famous delete that stuff? Tuck that stuff away when they see like an example of Kevin Hart's situation?
I don't think that people take the time or even have the time to go back and care that much about what they said, and you don't even know what's offensive these days. Like today, things are becoming offensive by the day. You don't even know what's offensive today. Like you would wake up today and say something that you said in 2015, like, damn, that's offensive today? Damn, I would have went and deleted that if I knew. You know what I'm saying? So we don't even know. We gotta let life just be life, and we gotta go on and keep going on with the flow.
Now, my last question when it comes to cancel culture, what is your opinion of that when people are being canceled for something they said 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when it may have been okay to say back in those times?
Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible because, first of all, your mind isn't where it is now. Like things I would say today, things I would have said then, I would never say today. You know what I mean? I'm 28 years old, so the things I was saying 5 years ago when I was 23 years old, like, man, I was young. I was nobody. I didn't know who I wanted to be, so anything that came out of my mouth, it might have been reckless. I might not have meant what I might have not meant what I thought I meant then, now. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense.
Now, when it comes to this mistake,
Yep.
okay, that you mentioned, I asked you what's the biggest mistake comedians make. You gave us an answer. That mistake, though, is that something you've personally made yourself, or is that something you just observed in your 8 years of being in comedy?
I think I might have said some offensive things in my day. I mean, maybe back in the day, but like now I don't even. I mean, like I think it was like, what was this, 3 months ago? I think I was at the airport. I was at LAX, and this girl, she was mad at work. She was mad at work, and she was throwing everybody's stuff like through the turnbuckle and through TSA. And I was like, man, she's not finna do that to me. I'm not having it. So when she got up to me, she started throwing my stuff through there. Me and her get to arguing back and forth. And then maybe 30 minutes once I got on the plane, I put my phone on Wi-Fi. I go on my Twitter, and I got like 30 different tweets from this girl. She say, "Hi, Davis doesn't care about black women. He was calling us bitches and hoes." But I never did none of this. You know what I mean? So it was just crazy for her to go off and say that. Now I know, like when we go out, I'm not arguing with nobody. Because next day you're going to wake up, it's going to be a whole bunch of commotion I don't got time for. I'm ready to drink, smoke, chill, and film something. I don't have that type of time.
Now, was this something you addressed back then when the lady had 30 tweets and things of that nature? Or is this your first time addressing it?
I addressed it, like, I actually DM'd her. I DM'd her, like, listen, Queen, like, whatever. I know you was having a bad day. Maybe I was having a bad day, too. it wasn't that. You know what I mean? And I apologize if I did offend her in any type of way. Like, she ended up taking all the tweets down. I know anytime somebody tweet at you that many times, they just want to be addressed. So I was just able to, I showed my manager, I'm like, man, I'm going to go and DM her and tell her, like, it wasn't that. And I knew she was having a bad day. I'm talking about she was launching people shit through the turnbuckle. I'm talking about, like, y'all get the fuck up through here. Like, she was pissed. And, you know, me, the Detroit in me, like, you know, she ain't finna do that to me. I'm not having it. So when I got to me, you know what I mean, she ended up doing it to me. And then me and her had some exchange of words. And that was that. And then we got on the plane, and I seen the tweets. Holidays doesn't care about black women. That was the part that offended me the most, because everybody in my family black. My mom's black. All my sisters are black. You know what I'm saying? My baby mamas are black. Well, the mothers of my children. Women don't even like you calling them baby mamas no more. See what I'm saying? That's something that's different today. You can't even call your girl baby mama no more. Oh, that's offensive. You got to call her the mother of your children. It's just, it all changes by day.
She takes those tweets down voluntarily, or you ask her to take them down?
No, she took it down voluntarily once she heard from me. Yeah, I didn't actually take them down.
Now, what are your thoughts on comedy, generally speaking, in 2021?
I think
overall, the scene.
I don't know. I think comedy's dying a little bit because it's getting harder to express what you believe is funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's harder to express yourself as a comedian because, like I said, cancel culture is, they're really just trying to, I feel like it's more of the comedians than anybody that's getting took out. Like, the rappers get to say what they want to say, but the comedians, when it comes to us, we on a thin line. There ain't much that we can say, so I think comedy is dying because of the simple fact it make people don't even want to do comedy no more because you don't know what you can say on stage, what you can't say on stage. So I don't know. I believe comedy is dying. We got to figure out a way to respark that flame.
Have you personally been discouraged by that?
Absolutely. I haven't done a show in 2 years. I got a show coming up this November 24th in Toledo, but this is my first show because it's like you don't know what's funny no more these days. It's, when you go back and watch Def Comedy Jam and like them times from like the 90s to maybe 2003, 2004, that was the times you can say what you wanted to say and it wasn't offensive. Or at least people didn't go on wax and make it seem like you was coming directly at their community.
Have you had booking requests and opportunities to do a show prior to this Toledo show?
Yeah, I turned down about 70 shows, maybe 100 shows.
Just because of the discouragement?
No, not that. It was just maybe a little bit of that and then just being busy, wanting to do other things and not even having the, I don't know what word to use, the will to want to get on stage, I guess. You know what I mean? At the time, I just didn't want to get on stage because it's like, you know, it's an anxiety thing, all that. Like, being on stage is a lot. Like, I stopped biting my nails now, but I'm going to tell you this, like, most comedians bite their nails because it's a nervous factor. My opening comedian, he bite his nails worse than I bite mine because it's a bunch of anxiety and all that buildup of having to be on stage and motherfuckers just staring at you like this when you come on stage. They don't know what jokes you finna tell, just staring into your soul. Like, yeah, damn. It's a lot. It's a lot of pressure.
When it comes to anxiety and things of that nature, is that something you've been diagnosed by a professional about? Is that something you've seen a professional about?
No, I haven't. I've never seen a professional about it. I probably need to talk to somebody. I've just always been locked into my own. I always lock all my feelings and emotions inside myself and instead of allowing people in. I guess that just came from being young.
You mentioned also here in this interview drinking and smoking.
Mm-hmm.
What is it in particular you drink?
Liquor. Yeah, I'm gonna have you. I don't want to write them an alcoholic though, but I do drink a lot. Once you get to saying like a heavy drinker, that's when they start investigating your career. Like, yeah, the reason Howard Davis ain't where he needs to be is because he's a drunk. You know if you get to judge him. But,
and when it comes to when it comes to smoking, what is it that you smoke?
Weed, marijuana. Yeah.
Are you addicted to that by any chance?
No, I'm not addicted. I'm not addicted to anything. Like, I can stop smoking and stop drinking cold turkey. I've done it a few times already. You know what I mean? Like, I just wake up one day like I'm straight. I don't want to drink no more. I don't want to smoke no more. And I go 2-3 months. That's how I did my weight loss journey. Like, all right, I ain't drinking for about 2-3 months. I'm done. I got something I want to accomplish. I don't know. I just live a rock star lifestyle.
How much weight have you lost?
I lost 40 pounds. Yeah.
Was that during quarantine? Was that during the pandemic?
No, I got that. That's when I gained most of my weight. Was where everybody said it was during the pandemic. I was already 200 pounds before the pandemic, so it was like right after the pandemic. I started getting in the gym heavy, April 7th, 2021. I'll never forget the day. Yeah.
And where are you at with your weight today? Have you reached your target at this point, or is it something you're still continuing to battle with?
No, I'm 160. I was 200. I lost 40 pounds, so I'm where I want to be. So every day now is just I'm not in the gym now to lose no more weight. I'm maintaining at this point.
When it comes to drinking, when it comes to smoking, what do those do for you personally?
Drinking makes me feel like anything is possible. I get to talking crazy when I get drunk. These niggas can't fuck with me. You know what I be on. You know what I mean? I get drunk and just get to, I don't know, you know, that liquid courage do something to you. You get off that liquid courage, you get to talking crazy about everybody. Well, not crazy. I mean, I love it. I love who I love. You know what I mean? But when I get drunk, I get on some Michael Jordan shit. I took that personal. You know what I mean?
What about the smoking?
I smoke a little bit. Like, my smoking habit ain't that bad. Like, I smoke a little bit, but not as much. Like, smoking make me get too deep into my mind to where I get to overthinking everything. Everything becomes an overthought. Like, I smoke a little bit, like, maybe a blunt. And I won't even smoke the whole blunt. I've never faced a blunt in my life. Like, I won't get that high, but, yeah, smoking makes me overthink, like, everything, and I hate that. Like I said, I already deal with anxiety, so I never get too high and get too deep into my thoughts. Like, when I get too deep into my head, I'll be like, all right, I'm ready to go home, go to bed.
Do you do both at the same time, or is it always one or the other?
Sometimes both at the same time, depending on the night. It depends on the day. It depends on who we with, who we hanging out with that day, or if it's just the homies, or if it's a good night, if we just got a good deal from one of these big companies, or we just got a movie deal, we just got a TV deal. You know what I mean? It depends on the night.
When it comes to anxiety, do you use either of these to cope with the anxiety?
Maybe drinking. Yeah, drinking definitely takes me to a place of calmness. I don't know why, but it definitely takes me to a place of like, all right, I'm mellow, I can chill. I drink on stage. When I'm on stage, like, I might not drink before my show, but like back when I come off stage, I'm drunk, for sure.
What about smoking? Do you ever smoke before the set, or?
Absolutely. Now, I don't even smoke before I get on planes. Like, even before I get on planes, I do not smoke. Too many thoughts going through my head. Like, man, what if the plane come out the sky? What if we never land? What if we get lost in the sky? Like, it'd be too many different thoughts that go through my head. Like, I'll be on a plane sweating. They have to bring that plane out the sky for sure.
When it comes to drinking, my last question, is it clear or is it dark for you?
Always clear. I mean, dark was the start of it because I couldn't tell you why. I don't know. Dark just was it might have been because it was what the women like to drink. You know what I mean? Now I'm drinking a lot of white because it's gluten-free. You know what I mean? To keep the weight down, I can go to the gym. Sometimes I get up, I go take eight shots and then go to the gym. They're like, you going to the gym? Absolutely. I be on the treadmill drunk as hell. Y'all ain't never seen nobody. That might be a DUI because I be running at 8.7 miles per hour. That might be a DUI. They might be able to get you for a DUI running drunk on the treadmill at 8.7 miles per hour.
Now, what about when it comes to, oh shoot, I lost my train of thought. It'll probably come back to me, but I had something to ask you.
We here. We kicking it.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you this, all right?
Yeah.
I'm going to switch.
I ain't put my Rolex on. I wanted to put my Rolex on. I should have did it. Because I wanted to, sometimes you got to show your success. I heard Kevin Hart, he liked it.
I regained my train of thought. Okay, when it comes to the weight loss, what was, on the journey to losing the 40 pounds, what was the ingredients for that, so to speak?
So when I first started, I started off like as a pescatarian. All fish, you know what I mean? That first month I had, we eat nothing but grilled fish, salmon, obviously a lot of vegetables. No sugar. I stopped drinking for 2 months. No sugar. What else I stopped doing? Uh, I think that was mostly it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, no fried foods. I stopped. No grease. It was no grease for almost 2 months. It was only fish, vegetables, no sugar, no liquor. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? It's a mental thing. You got to be able to tell your mind, this is what I need. You know what I mean? My homeboy, once he called me. I was in California. He was like, man, the doctor said I'm a pre-diabetic. And I was scared to go because I knew the doctor probably would have told me the same thing because I know how much I drink and I know the symptoms of what a pre-diabetic feel like. I didn't go, but I knew the doctor would have told me the same thing. I'm not big on doctors. I don't go to the doctor at all. Only time I might go to the doctor is if I gotta be on my deathbed for me to go to the doctor. But back to my point, the only reason I started working out was because my homeboy he went to the doctor and they told me he was pre-diabetic, and ever since that day I never stopped going to the gym. You know what I mean? So I'm down 40 pounds. I mean, that was God's plan for me. You know what I mean? I got a fitness page, High Davis Fitness. You know what I mean? I'm teaching people about fitness and taking care of their health. Like I got 100 plus DMs on my fitness page of people telling me like, man, you inspired me to get in the gym. You know what I mean? It's just amazing to be able to inspire people in that way.
You think you may have saved somebody's life?
Absolutely. I think I save lives every day. I'm not calling myself like, you know what I mean? Ain't nobody better than doctors and people who really save lives though, but I definitely save lives from people saying like, man, that 1 minute clip that you posted today, that saved my life. I was suicidal. And I might get 10 to 20 suicidal messages a day. And it blows my mind when people say, hey man, that video you put out there saved my life. I want to take my own life. So that's one of the main reasons I can't give up what I do. You know what I mean? Even if I do become one of the biggest movie stars and things of that nature, I can never even if I become the biggest Kevin, the biggest movie stars in the world, I'm going to always make Instagram content. As long as that platform is there or whatever platform it is to make content on, I'm going to always do that because of the fans who love me.
I have a few more weight loss questions. How
Yeah.
long did it actually take you to lose the 40?
What's this, November?
Yes.
April, May, June. Maybe, I say late July, early August. So what's that, April, May, June, July? So maybe 4.5 months. You know what I mean? But once you start seeing results, you don't want to quit. You know what I mean? Once you get in there, you start seeing the results. You're like, I'm in here every day. It's a gym.
Now, when it came to the diet of pescatarian and cutting the drinking, were you just winging were you just winging this? Were you just freestyling this, or you had read this, you had researched this, or what?
The pescatarian diet, I ain't gonna lie, that came from Fatboy SSC. He was the guy who told me he was doing a pescatarian diet, and I started doing it because of him. You know, Fatboy was like, man, I'm a pescatarian. Man, once I found out I didn't know what pescatarian meant at the time. And then he told me that it meant just all fish. Okay, I was like, okay, cool, let me try that out. And then I started doing all fish diet and all vegetable diet.
Now, did you wean yourself into this, or was it cold turkey for you? The flip of a light switch, you went right into it.
Oh yeah, it was definitely the flip of a light switch for sure. It was like the flip of a coin for me, for sure. I went right into it. It wasn't no time to waste. Because I knew, like I said, like when you get to hearing like pre-diabetic and things like that, them are scary terms. Like once you become a diabetic, you can't move the way you want to move. Like I like to drink, I like to, you know what I mean, enjoy my life. So once you can't do what you want to do no more, that's when it gets scary. So it was like, all right, I'm in the gym every day. I got to get my body. And I was an athlete in high school, so me getting back in the gym was nothing. You know what I mean? In high school, I wasn't nothing but a $150. You know what I mean? I played running back, kick return, and all that. So it wasn't nothing for me to get back in the gym. It's a mental thing. Like I don't listen to music or nothing when I'm working out. I'm literally on a treadmill for an hour straight every day. Only sound I hear is my feet hitting the bottom of the treadmill.
This is at home? This is going to a gym?
Yeah, this is going to the gym. I go to a gym every day. It's cool going to the gym though, but I mean, people notice me every day. It's cool now. Like it's more of when they see me now, they're like, all right, he working out. Everybody ain't running up like they used to.
Now, what was the regimen like as far as the gym regimen and the eating habits during these 4.5 months? I mean, you already told us what you ate, but like,
Yeah.
how many times a day would you eat? How many times a day would you go to the gym? What were you actually doing when you would go to the gym? Or maybe it was just the treadmill, I don't know.
So for me, it got down to just eating one time a day. Like, you know what I mean? I wake up, my girl used to cook, and I think when I started going to the gym, I wouldn't even eat breakfast no more. I eat that one time a day. It'll be on my pescatarian diet, and then I go to the gym. I have two sauna suits on. a weight vest with 45 pounds in it, and this is like right after the pandemic, so this is like April. I have my mask on, and then I would run for hours straight with all of that on, all that weight.
And how many times would you do this? Every single day? Every other day?
7 days a week. You gotta be disciplined.
You've been like this all 4.5 months.
All 4.5 months, and I've documented every day I've been in the gym. Today was day 191. Today is, if you do the math, this is day 191. I was in the gym today. I haven't missed a day.
So social media is on this journey with you on that specific page?
Absolutely. Hi, Davis Fitness. Yeah.
Now, in regards to this weight loss journey, have you mentioned everything possible in this interview about it? Roughly speaking, I may not have asked a question people want to know about it, so I'm just curious.
Yeah, I think I did. I think my motivation was Conor McGregor, because like me and him, like we almost the same size, like we got the same body structure. So I go on I'll be on Conor McGregor page every day, just seeing what he's doing, because he motivational for me. You know what I mean? And I feel like we got the same body structure, so I'm trying to get my body exactly like Conor McGregor's. You know what I mean? So Conor hit me up.
So at this point, you're cool with the 40 loss?
Mm.
You're just toning up at this moment?
Toning up, because Michael B. Jordan knows what's going on with me, man. I'm trying to become the sexiest man in the world. I want that award for sure. He knows what's going on. Him and Kevin Hart.
Now, since you've lost this 40, what have you noticed physically, mentally?
Physically, for me, I'm able to jump up out the bed every day. Like I'm waking up, like I used to go to bed at maybe midnight, and then I wouldn't wake up to noon. Like now, I wake up every day at 8 a.m. I don't know why my body is like that now. Like, I wake up every day at 8, 9 a.m. My manager be like, bro, you won't never be up this early. Why are you texting me this early? Bro, my body is woke. Mentally, I'm able to come up with, I was always able to come up with creative content. I think I'm coming up with more content because my mind is more free.